Good evening, fiends. Welcome to another episode of Sinister Parlor Podcasts. It's been a while, but we are back. I'm Zombie Barbie with my always awesome and amazing and incredible co-host, the one and only Bud Vino.
Yes. Rand, Nicole, and Bud Vino, the dynamic duo. Here we are, August 22nd, 2021, Rhiannon. Yes, we have been off for actually like 3.5 months, Rhiannon.
I know, it's crazy.
I have missed you, my beautiful friend. Look at you. Look at you tonight, radiating, amazing. It's been a long time, my friend, but we are back.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too. It's like shit. So much. Well, with like, I just had COVID and stuff too, so that super sucked. And it's like every time we wanted to start doing it again, something would come up. So I'm glad.
Yes, Rhiannon, you've been out with COVID for a bit, and there's been a lot of things going on, including your COVID issues, which we kept silent. For most people, because we said when we come back, we're going to make a triumphant return.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been very busy with a lot of things, Rand. You, again, with COVID and some other projects, and myself with some projects, and us working on some things together, and always connecting and keeping each other motivated, inspired, and making sure we know that each other are loved.
Yep.
So it's been a nice break, though, Rhiannon, besides your COVID.
Yeah. But we still talk every day during COVID.
Rhiannon really enjoyed her break with COVID. They've been snuggling and enjoying each other.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I know. Yeah, but no, it's great to be back in. I know a lot of people have asked us behind the scenes when you guys coming back. And again, this is it. We're back. Excited as hell.
Yep. We always do it when we're ready, and we are so fucking ready.
I told Allison, my beautiful wife, as you know, Rhiannon, tonight, I said, because I said, it's going to be hard because I'm going to tell you in a second, I'm doing all this badass, we're back, and I'm drinking a Yoo-hoo. It's so hard to be badass with a Yoo-hoo and a little straw. Look at me.
Straw, too. It's not even in the bottle.
It isn't. It's like what you'd put in a kid's little lunchbox.
Which is never enough.
No, it isn't either. This is a 6.5 ounce. It's not nearly. With one suck, I can stuff with the best of them, believe me, and that's gone in one suck. It's not enough.
I remember when I was younger, I used to want those so bad. And like when you got them, you'd like cherish them because your mom would let you only have like one, like every few days.
Right, you couldn't drink too many. They'd be like, I just popped that. But there was an eternal argument when I was young if they were called Yoo-hoos or Yo-hos. So there'd be some people would call them Yo-hos and some people would call them Yoo-hoos. But either way, you cannot look badass when you're trying to, when you're drinking Yoo-hoo with a little dainty straw in it. But I'm doing that. But see, I have my other cup. So this is the more gray. This is I've got man drinking here.
Anything can be
diet
in there.
Diet soda. No, not really, man.
You're making like what, White Russian? See, that could be the alcohol in that cup. And then you're Yoo-hoo.
Back again. Hold on. I'm gonna clean it up. Clean up aisle 5.
Oh god.
No, yeah. No, I've got several drinks and several. I've got a little everything here.
I just have my water. That's it.
See, you're a simple girl, Rhiannon. You just have your water. I have all these different cups.
I know. Well, fuck, other night, I wanted soda. Like, right now, I want soda. But the other night, I went to my best friend's house, my female best friend. You're my boy best friend. And I drank a freaking Mountain Dew. Oh, my God. I couldn't sleep.
You told me that.
That was horrible.
What did you say? I think your message said, like, don't drink that at, like, 11 at night.
Yeah. Yeah, I was up till like 3 in the morning.
And you know what? Since I got that advice, I have not done that.
Good job. Yeah, don't.
So, yes, thank you. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. Good stuff, yeah. And so, Rhiannon, we've been away, but we've been in communication with so many people. We've got some awesome guests coming up, some new guests, and we have some returning guests, Rhiannon, who we've been in communication with. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Desiree Connell and Scott Hansen. Number one, not just for Bad Candy, Rhiannon, but they are soon to be married.
Yep.
And I know they're partying it up. They were this weekend, from what we saw. And as I said to my wife, couldn't happen to better people. They've got the movie coming out. Tying all these great things, all positivity, and they're very supportive and positive people. So congratulations to you guys out there, and everybody out there. Go see Bad Candy, Rhiannon.
I can't wait.
We've had the pleasure of seeing some of the reviews. We got an early sneak peek when we had Desiree and Scott on months back. for bad candy is what's badass.
Oh yeah, it is. Corey Taylor.
As my friend Tammy Clegg said, Corey motherfucking Taylor.
Uh-huh.
And you know, Johnny Mondew has a man crush on Corey Taylor. Johnny he flipped out. You know, he flipped out. And I have to give a shout out to John, man, because Johnny was so nice. As you know, my birthday was a few months back.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny, he saw the show is going well. He's really been enjoying it. He said, I'm going to get you this new setup. You need a new microphone setup and stand. He sent me, as a birthday gift, a surprise in the mail. He gets me this nice new microphone, all this stuff. And it's been 3.5 months since we've been on. So we had been on, and Johnny loved it. He sent it right after the last show. He said, dude, you've got to, I'm so sick of telling you about your mic. I'm getting you a mic. So he sends me, like I said, thank you, brother. A tear, because I was so excited. It's been 3.5 months. I've been playing hard to get with Johnny. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well.
You'll hear it.
Yeah, it's like he bought me the real sexy lingerie, but I just haven't worn it for until now. You can't just buy me the sexy stuff and think I'm going to throw it on just because you bought it for me. You got to wine me and dine me. I'm not an easy girl. But Johnny knows that. We grew up together. So he knows I'm easy. I'm here for it.
He knows I'm easy, is that what he said?
Yeah, I'm a slut. He knows that. So, yeah, it's good. It's good. But I want to say in all seriousness, thank you to Johnny, because it really did choke me up, because he's such a sweet. We've known each other, as you know, for over 40 years. And he's just such a beautiful friend and an awesome brother. And he sent me that. Meant a lot, because he really does believe in it. And he's always been so supportive. And Johnny, for that, I love you for a million different reasons. I can't get too much. He's so, fuck you, Johnny. No, I love the guy. We have to cut each other down a little when we start getting too much. Oh, remember, by the way, I love you, and you're also an asshole. Talk to you later.
We all have a little asshole in us.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been blessed, Rihanna. We're very blessed. You know, besides the COVID, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be worse. You know, at least I'm still here.
Rihanna, you have battled valiantly. Look how fantastic you are. Oh. God, you just are, and you have COVID. If I would not be like you either. If I had COVID, I would be the biggest baby. I wouldn't even be, because I'd have to milk it.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to really milk it with Allie, too.
You'd end up getting divorced. She'd be like, all right, I'm done.
Oh. Yeah. I can't take this anymore. No, you're just too much of a baby. What are you talking about? You're wearing a fucking diaper. All right. I might have went too far. No.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, that was a rough period. I was very worried about you, admittedly. Of course, I never let on that I was worried. I just kept thinking, fix some ass, which I knew that. But I was a little worried because I love you so much. But I'm glad to see that you're coming through it, as I knew you would.
Yes, me too.
I knew you'd scared the shit out of that COVID. You'd get there and say, oh, I don't want to fuck this girl's spot. I'm getting the fuck out of here. But it's been good. We've again, a couple of different people ran. And number one, our man Dan Ferentz has a movie that just came out called the Ted Bundy American Boogeyman, the Ted Bundy story, which I haven't had the pleasure of seeing yet. We're going to have Dan Ferentz on again soon, Rhiannon. I know you've seen him. I'll let you speak on that in a second. But Dan, we love you. Dan's a great friend of the show, and he's been on. We're going to have him on again. Rhiannon and I have both spoken to him briefly. I speak to Dan a lot. He's a great guy. We can't wait to have him on again. He said that movie worked so hard on. And he has another one coming out soon, too, Rhiannon, called American Boogie Woman. Right. But I want you to first, yes, and we're going to talk about that in a second, because I've piqued your curiosity. Ooh. But I want to hear what you thought of American Boogeyman. I know you enjoyed it.
Sorry, that was my dog hacking. Do you hear her? She has COVID.
No, what happened? I heard a noise.
It's my
dog.
I
thought you fell.
No, she's going and staring at me.
She's well, Rihanna, we got a new kitty, as you know, named Isabella.
Yes.
She sleeps. I mean, she is such a love bug.
She's so cute.
I'm digressing. But I figured I'd see her because she's right on me all the time. But I figured she'd be right up in the camera. She's nowhere to be found.
She probably freaked out and got mad.
Yeah, she's jealous, you see, because I'm paying attention to the camera and not just her.
No, she's like, I'm here. Pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so now
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, it cut out.
No, you're a snarling dog.
No, she's hacking like she's dying. And she's just staring at me. I would turn the computer, but then I'll never get it back where I have it
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like the first thing I did because Dan had posted it that it was, a one night only Fathom event thing. So I bought the tickets. I want to say, I don't know. I think I was sick, but assuming I was going to be better. I can't remember. But anyways, so I brought my daughter with me, and it was really good. It has Chad Michael Murray in it, so that was super exciting. So I have a lot of questions.
I know that's what you were really excited about too. I remember you're like privately, you're like, oh my god! And I'm like,
yeah,
I knew the name, but I had to go look him up again because I'm an old man, so I had to go look it up and see. Those young bucks. Go check them out. But you were freaking out about that.
Yeah, House of Wax. He was in House of Wax. I love that movie.
Wasn't he on One Tree Hill, that show back in the day? Is that where I Googled him just because I wanted to be cool and act like I was in the know. But once I knew you were such a fan, I had to look him up. I had known the name, like I said, so it's going to be. I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, he did great. He did so good. And then Lynn Shay is in it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Horror icon Lynn Shay, who is just amazing. And I first saw her in 1984, the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Those of you who may not remember, she was a school teacher who did a very great job because if you went to school back in the 80s and stuff, it felt real. I mean, the whole scene was really freaky.
Mm-hmm. Best movie ever.
Yes, we do love Robert Englund. We love 1984's Nightmare on Elm Street. And yes, so when I saw Lynn Shay was in that too, I said, man, Dan is not messing around, as he rarely does, in terms of the different people he has in that movie. So it's definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I told Dan, I said I want to see it before we have you back on, because otherwise you and Leanna will be having this big powwow, and I'll be trying to see food.
Drink your Yoo-hoo.
Right.
It was good though. So, I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I'm excited. And so Dan, we're gonna have Dan back on. Look forward to that, everybody. Stay tuned for that because we're gonna have Dan on. Last time we had Dan on, we're gonna get him back. We're gonna get him on the camera this time. Last time he was having some camera issues, but we really think it was because Dan wanted to either be naked in his socks or just in a bathrobe in socks, which he can still. We love you, Dan. You can still do that when you're on here.
Yeah.
We will let you do whatever you want. So Dan will be back on soon, Rhea.
Yes, I can't wait. It'll be fun. I have so many questions for him because I love Ted Bundy. I mean, not like love him like because he's a serial killer, but just the whole story, is infatuating. And I've watched all the documentaries. I've read up on him, stuff like that. So it's cool to see the different ways that people portray the story.
Yeah. Well, you're right. And the one thing I really, right off the bat, that piqued my interest because is when Dan and I were first before the movie. This was like last year. Is he was in agreement with me that too many people portrayed Ted Bundy as this genius. There's Isabella. She's watching me. She's going to come in the camera soon. I know it.
Make her debut.
My baby girl. Oh, see, I'm such a tough guy, right? But no, he, like me, agrees that Ted Bundy was not as intellectual and some genius that people thought he was. He wasn't that litigious or, he portrayed himself to be a lot more than he was. So I really, right when Dan had that, had that same thought process and mentality, I really wanted to see his movie because of that difference. And also, I love Dan, so I'm going to support Dan, as I told him. He's always been supportive of us, and we're always be the same. And he's talented, so it helps. It's a great thing.
Yeah. Yep, you'll love the music.
I'm sorry, I have to do this. Hold on.
Okay.
This is my baby girl, Isabella.
Funny.
She's right. Oh, see, she's so does. Do you want to be on camera, baby? Look at.
She's really pretty.
She's so pretty.
Aww. She's looking at the camera.
Yeah, she's my baby. We'll snuggle later. Okay, go ahead. I have to do something tough now to keep my image. Hey, kids, put it on back there, bro. Give me something. I don't know. I gotta feel masculine. My image is tarnished.
Her markings are cool. They kind of look like Bengal markings.
Well, you know what's weird about her too is she also, when you see her actual color, her colors are almost, believe it or not, but they're like that colors are almost Calico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really different. It's really cool. But she's we have Karma as well, our other two female cats, and Karma's more she just kind of keeps. She's very sweet. She's very sweet. She's just not as dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Bella, as my wife says, has a strong personality.
Aww.
Yeah. So anyway, I digress as we were talking.
She's cute though. I'm glad I got to see her. Because in the pictures she looks small, but not as small as when you're holding her.
Well, she's gotten big in the past 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got her. She was about 3 months old, and it makes me. I was just thinking about I some friends from high school. I'll give a shout out to Steph Frazier and her boyfriend Wally. I went to school with both. I got some wild stories about Wally. But I sent the picture that I sent you of Bella to Stephanie's mother, who's a sweetheart. I've known since high school. Her name is Sandy Frazier. She said, "You're a big softie." She's known me since I was a kid. I said, "Yeah, I am. I'm a big animal lover."
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love myself, because I'm a big animal. Also, I want to quickly, I'm going to say this at the end too, but I'll give a shout out to my man, as you know, my brother Chris Duran.
Yes.
He's going to be, for those of you, Chris Duran, I can't see, just thinking about Chris Duran, I start laughing. I love you, Chris. Chris and I are working on some stuff, and that's all I'll say about that. But if you want to go meet Chris, he's going to be at Horror Hounds in Cincinnati next week. And then he's going to be in Connecticut the following week for Horror Fest.
Dang.
So I'll give another reminder to people at the end of the show, but also I told Chris that I would let people know he's going to be out there. So go see the man, Chris Duran, Michael Myers from 1998's H2O and Ghostface and Scream 2 and a plethora of other things he's done, including Seinfeld. He doubled for Crazy Joe Davola in Seinfeld, episode 9 of season 4 of The Opera. So go see Chris kick some ass there, and he's been in everything. So go check him out there. Go pay him a visit. Tell him his buddy Bud Bino says hi. I bet you get a smile from him either way. So. Or maybe a frown. Oh, Jesus.
Well, I like how the horror festivals are opening back up again. Not that I can go to them anytime soon, but it's still cool that they're here.
Well, as I told Chris, man, because I know people like Chris. You know, people that have been. I see CJ Graham a lot because he's been dying to go get back. Because they're very, people like, I don't know CJ. I just know, Chris and I are very, I don't know CJ at all. Mm-hmm. But they both seem, from what I know, I do know of Chris and what I've seen of people like CJ, they love going to these conventions. They love, Chris, he likes getting involved with his fans. He respects it. He enjoys it. He appreciates it, and so I think now that, as you say, that they're able to go back, not just for the fans. I know the fans are excited, but knowing some people, some of these big name people, they're just excited. Mm-hmm. And knowing Chris intimately like I do, and having such a tight friendship with him, as I told him, it's so good to be Chris. You get back out there and start killing, brother. Mm-hmm. He's got a ton of other things going on too. So I think it's good for him and everybody mentally. Like we're not meant to be, shut into these these places alone and not so. We're social people. Mm-hmm. As humans, for the most part, we need that interaction, which is funny, talking about a man like Chris Duran, who's brought so much death as Michael Myers and Ghostface to bring life. But as you know, he's one of the nicest men in the world. Mm-hmm. I told him, what was the story I told him I was going to tell people? I said, go see Chris Duran. He's actually walking all the way from LA to Haddonfield, Illinois, which doesn't exist. So all you people are going to end up in Haddonfield, New Jersey, and he's going to start killing them. Illinois or whatever. But no, go check him out. And again, we've talked to lately, Rhiannon, as well, Ken Arnold, the Night Watchman.
Fuck yeah.
Dan DeLuca, Ken Arnold, a plethora of other actors. Go check out The Night Watchman. Is now on Paramount Plus on Amazon.
Yes. Best movie. I love that movie so much. I've seen it so many times, and I still crack up every time I watch it. It's so good.
Yeah, it's good. So what's the tagline? Time to start. Let's go kill some dead people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're like zombie vampire clowns.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I talked to Ken. We've had Ken on before. We got to get DeLuca on.
That'd be cool.
And Yeah, we'll try it. What I'll do is have Ken round up the whole cast, get them all.
Yeah. And Mitchell
Ken
Altieri, who directed it.
Yes,
I'm friends with him.
I saw that. I saw the name this morning, and I talked to Ken this morning, and he says he's very excited to see the show. And I want to tell you that Ken this morning, he's very excited to view the show. So we know he'll be watching. So Ken, round up the crew, round up the nut jobs.
Yep.
DeLuca, round up all your cohorts and get on the show.
We gotta have the clowns.
What's that, Ken?
I said, call in the clowns.
Right, there you go. There you go. Yeah. We're going to have the whole crew of the Night Watchmen on here and do it up.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. And I know one fan, another of the many fans of the Night Watchmen, is our man, Todd Jenkins.
Yep.
So Mitch Wilson we talked to yesterday with Todd Jenkins. It was funny because I was going to make light of it yesterday, but he corrected it too soon because Mitch, when I put in the comments when we were talking to him about him being on the show, he said, "Thanks for having us on, Ben." So, and I knew it was autocorrect because it always does that to me when I put my name. So I was about to make light of it, like, well, you're welcome, but who the hell is Ben, right? Mm-hmm. But when I went, he had already corrected it.
Nice.
He sent a message privately and said, "Hey, I apologize." I started laughing. I said, "No," and I told him I was going to mention it on the show. I said, because see how it is, Mitch? Everything is a possible, part of the show. There's no such thing as a screw up because usually that's what we can get into the show. It really is. So, you're from Ben to you, Mitch. You're very welcome. And just know that Ben loves you. And we're going to have Todd. Todd's doing speaking of Mitch and Todd, but Todd is wholly busy.
Mm-hmm. Reservation
What's up,
Dogs.
superstar? Yeah.
Have you seen that yet on Hulu?
No, I saw some clips of it, but I'm going to check it out on Hulu. I do have Hulu.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm a streaming slut, so I definitely have Hulu, and I have all those different services. I enjoy that. So I'm going to check out Todd tonight. See, when we get done recording, it'll be late. We have to just enjoy Todd. It's Todd not. We watch it under candlelight.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a good show. So that show is directed by Taika Waititi, or I don't know how to say his name, but he directed, and he was starred in What We Do in the Shadows, and then he directed Thor Ragnarok. Oh. And Jojo Rabbit. Did you see that?
I didn't.
That was good too.
I have so much catching up to do, man. You know that.
Yeah, we got a list.
The problem is I have the attention span of a 14-year-old boy. So it's hard to focus.
Well, you still need to watch Evil Dead. That's the number one that you need to watch first.
You know what's funny? I'm looking right now at my Prime list on my TV here in my living room. It's looking right at me. That's why I said I have so many things to watch, because I knew. Because I had this wicked guilt. It's staring right at me.
Evil Dead?
What else? Yeah, and also on the list, right there, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. Yeah. Well, I have 85's 2 on there, because you know about part 2. And nothing but a horror there. Something might be wrong with it.
Gotta watch it. It's so good. I ended up watching Freddy vs. Jason again when I was homesick. I watched so many freaking movies. I can't remember which ones I watched, but Freddy vs. Jason was one of them.
And you watched 31, I believe, in the very beginning of this. Yeah, I remember. Because I knew you were going to be all set then. We're going to get Richard on, too. Richard
Brake?
We're going to get Richard Brake on. Doomhead. And he knows that we're in love with him. We've talked about it before. We're going to make that happen now that we've got a little bit of momentum coming into this season of Sinister Power Podcast, taking the summer off. That was a convenient part, too. With everything going on, it was busy, too, in the pandemic and COVID, but it was also the summer.
Oh, they are.
So coupled with everything, we said, we're going to take this break, come back strong, and here we are. So it's actually beneficial and necessary, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
we still talked about it every single day, knew we were coming back. But yeah, I mean, summer's been so busy and it's going by so quick, too.
Real fast. Too fast. But actually, like I said, it's been so humid and hot this summer that I always do this. I look forward to the winter, and then by the end of the winter, I hate the winter.
Yeah, like I'm done.
And I love the summer, and by the end of the summer, I never hate the summer, but I kind of do want it. I love the fall. Fall is my favorite time of the year. Probably because of Halloween. But yeah. So. Yeah, we're gonna bring Todd back on and Mitch, and we're gonna have some of those characters back on.
Hell yeah. Yeah. They're also fun too. Like everybody that we've had on in the past has been fun. Speaking of in the past, so we had Butch Patrick on, and Rob Zombie's remaking The Munsters.
Thank you for bringing Butch Patrick. That is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
It's funny, I just sent Butch, I sent a lot of people a message about us coming back. I like to get people adrenalized, get them ready. So Butch was one of them that I sent a message to today. And Butch has been really busy. I saw a cool video of Butch and Mick Foley riding around in the Munstermobile. Yeah, you'll have to, yeah, it's awesome. I'll show you some of those videos. He's riding around with Mick Foley all over town.
God, I haven't heard Mick Foley in a long time.
Yeah, and Butch is an awesome guy, too. For the very few that might not know Eddie Munsters. And he's such an awesome, accommodating guy. He came on the show. We had a lot of fun. As Rand said, he's doing the Munsters movie, too, right now, Rob Zombie. And everybody's having a great time. So we'll have Butch on again in a while, too. I know he's busy. We'll have him on again for an update, see what he's up to.
It's like, I'm interested to see how it's going to be since it is Rob Zombie and, he directs differently. Because, the Munsters, we all grew up with the Munsters and how it was. So it's like, I'm really curious as to who the characters are going to be, who's playing it. I'm sure we know certain ones who they're going to be. But how he makes the story.
I couldn't agree more, Rand, because I think we're going to see a different side of Rob Zombie. Not necessarily, that people didn't know he had this sort of comic book side. And I don't mean that about the Munsters. I just mean he has that sort of creativity as well. Mm-hmm. And from a lot of his old music videos and the movies and stuff, he kind of do anything. But I think this is a great opportunity to kind of flex his creative muscle, as opposed to just being pigeonholed. I think this is a really good thing. I think it's a fun thing. I think it's I'm really happy for Butch. People like Butch and really giving them a lot of rejuvenation. Butch has fans all over the world, all ages. And it's just a really good opportunity to reintroduce the Munsters to a group, a fan base, a group of ages that may not be as familiar. So I think, on top of this movie coming out, it's going to regenerate, not that there isn't always a lot of buzz around the Munsters show, but I think it'll regenerate even more of a resurgence in the old Munsters show with Butch Patrick and Fred Gwynn and all the all-star casts from back in the day.
Yeah. Well, it's such an iconic show, too. So, he's got a lot of weight under his belt,
Yeah, I agree, because that's a lot of pressure. I wouldn't want to do that, especially like you said, an iconic show like that, trying to be like, hey, everybody, I just want to let you know, I'm redoing Psycho.
Yeah.
I'm redoing the whole, it's like that sort of pressure where it's so, different, but you know what I mean in terms of that sort of monster.
Yeah.
It's funny, there was a really cool thing I saw. It was in my YouTube feed. I was doing some other things that just came up. And I had forgotten about this, but I believe it was a TV movie back in the day, or it was a mini-series of the Munsters. It was really well done. But in that show, and I forget the gentleman who played Herman, Fred Wynn's character, but he played it very respectfully. He played a lot of homage to Fred Wynn. But in this was the original cast Butch will remember this, we'll have to bring it up next time he's on. The original cast, they were older, in a restaurant, and Herman was serving it as their waiter at this restaurant. And Butch is there, obviously. In this group of the original, it's when the original cast. I don't think Fred Wynn was still alive. He may have been, I don't remember seeing him in that. But it was really cool to see that, the sort of generations meeting. You know what I mean? So we'll have to ask Butch how fun that was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think, aren't they filming is it Hungary or Bulgaria? They're building the whole town.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I want to say Hungary, but I could be wrong. But yeah, they're doing. Yeah, did you see that? They're doing a whole. They're constructing the whole effing town.
Yeah,
they're doing everything.
And paved streets and everything. I was like, holy shit!
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine the money going into that?
Yeah. they're definitely doing this right.
Yeah.
You know, they're not half-assing it for sure, which we would expect nothing less, you know, than the best from the crew that's helming this project. So exciting times. We're excited to say congratulations to everybody involved in advance, and you know, especially to our man Butch Patrick. Back on.
Yeah.
Good dude, good spirit. He has so much fun. He loves it. That's another guy who loves interacting with me. So appreciative. You see him out, always a smile. Always a smile. So, and that's what it's all about. It's like, oh, you know who else we got to have back on? Just because we love him, but even if we didn't, it's Eric Bourne. We've got to get some Bourne back in here because Eric Bourne was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to have him back on again. He's been working on a ton as well, Randy.
Yeah, nonstop.
Nonstop. We had him on a while back, and he was busy then, and he hasn't stopped. So I call him Mr. Eric Pornography. Just, you know, but you might call him Eric Porn, but we're going to have Eric Porn back on.
Oh, yeah. He was fun.
Again, oh, my God. We don't even if we didn't talk about anything that any of us are doing, we could just have fun with his name. And he has even more fun with his name than us. So
I know.
That's why we like I said, we didn't know if he'd be hung up about it, but not at all. Yeah. We were more hung up about it than he was.
I know.
So, yeah, it was good. So we'll have him back on. We're going to get Scott and Desiree back on. I told them we'll have them back on to talk about that. And once they're all settled in, they're like whirlwind of life right now. They've got so much going on.
Yeah, they do.
I
just want to see Bad Candy so bad.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. We're going to have some future new guests on. A lot of new guests we're working on right now. And some surprises. And I'm not going to mention it. I'm smiling because I'm thinking of some of the ones I'm thinking of right now. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's like a dream with me. It really is.
Yeah.
I didn't mention this earlier. I always like to mention it. But I love you, kid. This is a lot of fun. And I know we were looking forward to this. It's been... how do I word this? It's been a trying few months just in terms of just, you know, COVID, everything going on, busy. So we were really looking forward to getting back on together for us.
Yep.
You know, and it's fun to do for other people, for us. You know, as we said too, is if no one ever watched, we'd always still do this.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, we would just have fun doing it. We really enjoy doing it. And with the other stuff that we're doing, it really is cathartic. It's almost therapeutic for us. So, and hopefully it is for some other people, and bring some other people some smiles. I know, big, you know, fan of the show, Ryan Brochu, was very excited this morning when I sent him the heads up that we were recording. And adopted father of Sister Father podcast, Noah Brochu, is also excited. Who's Ryan's best friend and father. So yeah, Ryan's looking forward to it. I'm on view. Everybody was looking forward to it. We have a lot of support behind the scenes. So we're going to be back on here soon with a very special guest.
Yes. I cannot freaking wait. Yeah,
yes.
It's been nice to do this again because it feels like it's been forever and you kind of almost feel like you kind of forget how to do it, but then once you get on, it just starts flowing.
So, Wayne, I have to mention this as I said I would. So Ray and I are real excited, right? We've been looking forward to this. We've been talking about it. I mean, we always talk about it. From the last show we do until we do another one. We're always, at some point during the day, we usually mention it. So we're really excited after all this time, 3 months. We'll come back. Here we go. Rand, you feeling good? Yes, bud. I'm feeling great. Are you feeling good, bud? Yes, I'm feeling great, Rand. Okay, we're going to do this. Bang. We're excited. The hours are drawing near. We're going to do it. Clock is ticking. Here we go. Boom. Here we go. We're getting ready. Okay, Rhiannon, bang. We're on. We get on the camera. Rhiannon, all right, let's go. And then we both realized we didn't talk or have any idea what we were going to even talk about.
I know.
But we both at the same time went, oh,
what are we talking
okay,
about?
well, what the fuck? Like we were so excited. We never planned anything.
Yeah.
We forgot about that part.
Yeah. So we sent it at the same time.
Yeah, you see, you know how to plan for the show, you see. You just don't know how to do the show. Yeah. So you have nothing to do the show on. So, yeah.
Well, even recording
I said, you know what? Fuck it. Wing it.
Yeah.
We're just going to wing it.
Yep. Winging it's fun, though.
It is. Well, we'll see. We usually have the best luck when we just throw caution to the wind.
Yep. Right? Well, we don't got a fucking plan.
I can't believe it's been almost an hour. I've been rambling. You and I have, and you put up with it again.
Because I love you, and we have fun.
I love you too. Yes, it's been wonderful. And again, yes, absolutely. And this, as you said, Rhiannon, we have been gone for a while, and like you said, we had to remember how to do some things. So this is a nice show to kind of get back and just have some fun and shoot the breeze and tell people what we've been up to and where we've been and how things have been and what we're doing in the future and get people excited for the upcoming shows. And like you said, Rhiannon, get back out there. Just get back out there and start rolling. So that's what we're doing.
And there's tons of movies coming out that we're going to be able to start talking about here soon, too. There's all kinds of shit coming out.
Yes, there is. There is. Again, as the pandemic rolled, I think it also, a lot of people had some creativity that they were letting out when they had some time, and we're seeing the results of that now, as you said, with many movies coming out and different shows, and people are really flexing their creative muscle. So we'll give some shout-outs, and then we'll sign off, and we'll be back on, I believe it's probably going to be 2 weeks, Rand, if I'm not mistaken, because we've got to record another show. It might be back next week if we can record it, Don. I think we might be able to. Mm-hmm. Rhiannon's looking at me like, Bud, no. Rhiannon schedules some things a lot, too, and lets me know. But again, I'm like a 14-year-old, so I write it down and I forget sometimes, so she'll remind me. Because, again, thank goodness she keeps all that in order.
I got my calendar in my phone. I check it every day.
Yeah, so we actually, now that I think of it, we may have a show recording in a couple of days. I don't know.
It's a surprise.
Senility is slowly setting in. I'm getting older. So we'll give some shout-outs, Rhiannon, and if you'd like to go first, you can, or I can go first. Might be like ladies first. But...
Okay, I'll go first. Hopefully I don't forget anybody just because I haven't done it for so long and I didn't even bring my notepad. I couldn't even remember how to record. I'm like, fuck.
You can blame me.
It's all your fault.
That's what friends are for.
Exactly. So I want to always thank you, being my best friend, being my co-host, being my partner in crime, always being there when I need you. I mean, you have talked me through so much shit in the last few weeks. It's really been a godsend. So I love you. I love Allison. I love your family. So thank you so much for being here with me and doing this. I want to thank Atai Guberman from My Indie Productions. He always, keeps up with us and finds out, when we're recording, when we're releasing stuff. He talked to me too when I was sick, so I thank you so much for being there as well as a friend. Check out myindieproductions.com where he supports everybody, artists, all in the indie community. All their pages are on there, their projects. He has Buy Me a Coffee, and it's like $5, and it helps him to keep the site going and help us artists to stay on there and to get the recognition and the audience and people seeing our stuff. So thank you so much for that. I want to thank Tony Newton for giving me the opportunity to work in some indie films that he has directed and that he's doing. So we have Amityville Hex and Amityville Exorcist coming out soon. Those were some really fun projects I got to work on, so super excited about that. I want to thank Crazy Ink Publishing for publishing my books, Broken Halo Blood Curse, Broken Halo Witches Game, and then also his Soul to Keep. All of them are available on paperback and Kindle. Anywhere that you buy books, you can get it. So, and there's tons of great authors too. So check out Crazy Ink Publishing, and everybody will find something that they enjoy. And then another fellow podcaster, Sir Sturdy. So Horror with Sir Sturdy, check him out. He's always doing shows. He's got so many shows. He's just constantly recording. So check him out. He's always been a supporter. Great guy. And then with that, I am done.
Rhiannon, thank you. Speaking of Mr. Sir Sturdy, we saw him. He's had C.J. Graham on, the aforementioned C.J. Graham.
Dang.
Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th, Part 6 from 1986, Jason Lives. And I saw Sir Sturdy with a picture with C.J. Graham, I believe, from yesterday. It must have been at a convention or something.
Oh, cool.
And each other held tight.
Aww, that's
so
awesome.
That was cool to see. The horror community is one of the tightest that you'll find. So I'll start off with that with my shout-outs. Shout out to Mr. Sir Sturdy. Everything he does, he has a lot of fun. Thank you for the support, and we support you as well, my friend. My wife, Allison. Oh, my goodness. She's a saint. As you saw, Rhiannon, and you saw as we were setting up.
Oh. I
can be sometimes a little bit difficult. A little. But she's been with me for almost 16 years. She's the love of my life. I'm very lucky. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love you, baby. Thank you for everything you do, for being the best wife and the best mother and my best friend, along with Rhiannon. I love you so much. I'm rarely speechless, but she still makes me speechless.
Aww.
And still, when I see her from across the room, she takes my breath away what she did when I first met her. So I love you, baby. And to my boys, I love you both. My best buddy Mason and I are going to be hanging out tonight. We have a buddy when we can stay up and hang out with his old man. We're going to watch a movie, do some snuggling, maybe have some popcorn, some laughs. I enjoy his life. So I'm looking forward to that. My best friend Mace. Chris Duran, the man, Chris Duran. I love you, buddy. Go check him out again. Chris Duran Horror Hounds in Cincinnati next week, and Horror Fest in Connecticut the following week. Judy and Dennis Allard. I love you guys out there. We love you, Judy and Dennis. As I mentioned, Sandy Fraser, Wally Marr, Steph Fraser, Mr. Charlie Stecker. Charlie Stecker is a gentleman who's done podcasts for years, too. He's big in the parental equality movement. And I told Charlie I'd give him a shout out. He's a very humble guy, but he actually really helped me when I first got into radio years ago and helped build my confidence, give me some really good advice. He's a very good-hearted man. I love you, Charlie. Thank you for being you. I appreciate you, brother. Ryan Brochu, as I mentioned, Dan the Man Behrens, Todd Jenkins, Ken Arnold, Mr. Eric Horn, Butch Patrick, Rob Zombie, Richard Brake, everybody out there, future guests, past guests, Desiree Connell, Scott Hansen, and Ty Guberman, as Rhiannon mentioned. Ty, we love you, one of the nicest men you'd ever want to meet, one of the most supportive men you'd ever want to meet. Again, the horror community is blessed. Brandon Brooks out there, much love. Connected with Brandon recently, looking forward to some more connections in the future. Lori Damon, who I grew up with. Lori's a huge supporter. Love you, Lori, and the fam. Tina Tucson, who I grew up with in Brook Village. Shout out to my BBC, my Brook Village crew. The Roberts boys, Saracen, Tina Tucson, everybody out there by the thousands, BBC. We love you. And if I missed anybody, it wasn't purposeful. We love you guys. Keep tuning in. We're like a fine wine. We just keep getting better. Thank you.